Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari and we were discussing chapter 2 of Evidence Act, which is all about relevancy of facts, covering from section 5 to 55. One of the easiest section among all these sections in chapter 2 is section 15, which discusses whether an act is accidental or intentional. We have just two slides. In the first slide, I will discuss the section along with the chart, and in the second slide, we'll discuss few illustration along with two case laws. Not taking much of your time, let's get into the first slide. Section 15 is on facts bearing on question whether act was accidental or intentional. Now, when there is a question with a fact whether it is accidental or intentional, that is coming under section 15, and it reads, when there is a question whether an act was accidental or intentional or done with a particular knowledge or intention, the fact that such act formed part of a series of similar occurrences in each of which the person doing the act was concerned is relevant. I am dividing section 15 into four parts in my chart. The first thing is, question is whether an act is. The court has an act and court will have four different questions. What are they? The act is an accident, or is that act done with intention, or is the act done with knowledge, or is the act done with intention? Now these are the four questions that court will have when an act comes in front of it. And while checking the fact, that is the third aspect, it will see whether earlier there were similar occurrences. Why the court is doing so? Because if there were earlier similar occurrences, it helps to the court to come to an interpretation that this is not an accident, but this is done intentionally. The party has earlier also has done the same act. That way court can interpret the fact. That is why it becomes very important to check, or in all question, if there is an act, then the court has to do fact finding whether it is accidental or intentional or done with intention or done with knowledge. Now, when we are discussing about these four aspects, one very important thing that we need to know is the term accident we have already discussed in IPC. We should not learn and forget. We should always know in which law we have already learned this term, because the moment it is an accidental act, if the fact is that it is an accidental act, then as per IPC, this is a general exception. The person cannot be punished. What does section 80 says? Section 80 of the Indian Penal Code says accident in doing a lawful act is not an offense. It says nothing is an offense which is done by accident or misfortune and without any criminal intention or knowledge in the doing of a lawful act in a lawful manner by lawful means and with proper care and caution. See that four important terms. The first one is lawful act, second one in a lawful manner, third one by lawful means, and finally with proper care and caution. If something is done with these four aspects, then that is considered as accident. If something happens even after taking care of all of these, and then if something happens, that is considered as accident. Look at that beautiful illustration given under section 80. A is at work with a hatchet. The head flies off and kills a man who is standing by. Here, if there was no want of proper caution on the part of A, his act is excusable and not an offense. Because there is no mens rea. He had no intention. He was doing a lawful act with a lawful manner, with lawful means, with proper care and caution. Even after the act has happened, now that is accidental. Now under section 15 of Evidence Act, that will be considered as accidental and as per section 80 of IPC, it is not an offense. That way, the person will get no punishment, and if the same act is done intentionally or with knowledge, then that is a different scenario. The person will be punished. Let's look at the illustration and two case laws in brief in my next slide. In the first illustration, there is a person by name A. One day, what happens? His house got fire. Now, after the incident, he goes to the insurance company and he tries to claim the insurance. The insurance company does the background check, and in the background check, they realize that A has changed houses in several times, and all those incidents were because of the fire incidents. Earlier also, he has claimed insurance for such fire incidents from different other insurance company. Now, such act of A looks like he is intentionally putting fire. It is not accidental. How many times a house gets fire? That cannot be accidental, right? That is what we can understand from section 15. In the second illustration, there is again a person by name A who was having the responsibility of receiving the money from debtors. Now what happens? In one occasion, he is mentioning lesser amount against the amount that he has received. Now for example, he has received 100 rupees, but he is mentioning 10 rupees only. Now when we are doing some work, there is always a chance for error, right? But when they did audit, they have found several mistakes. And there are chances, because when you are doing too many of works, there are chances for many mistakes. But in this case, what happens? All such mistakes are in favor of A. Now, whatever false entry A has made, all of them are benefiting to him. In that case, this is a relevant fact. Now, that cannot be considered as an accident. This is intentional. This is done with knowledge, because no single transaction is against A. That is how we have to interpret the illustration B. In the third illustration, again there is a person by name A who got caught when he was giving counterfeit rupee to Mr. B. That is the accusation which we have against A. Later, when they did the fact check, A has given counterfeit currency to C, D and E as well. Now, if that has happened, such cannot be considered as accidental. If happening with one person, one counterfeit currency, that is okay. But you have several counterfeit currency and you have delivered it to many people, that means you have the knowledge of it and you have intentionally done that. That is how we have to make inference for this particular illustration. Finally, let's come to two simple case laws. The first one is Emperor versus Harjivan Walji. Here what happened? There was a truck driver who was regularly delivering some item to a shop, but he many times skipped the octroi tax. This is one of the type of the tax that we had in India. Now he has skipped that tax many times. That shows that he had the knowledge of it and intentionally he has not paid such tax so that he can enjoy such benefit or such saved money. That is what held in the case law of Emperor versus Harjivan Walji. The second case law is much interesting, and this is one of the landmark case law, that is Emperor versus Panchu Das, where a woman got killed. Now the accused tried to prove that it was an accident, but woman being killed, brutal marks. It is very clear that there was intention, and such cannot be considered as an accident, because this is not just some injury. This is brutal injuries. So the court held that these cannot be considered as accident. These are the intentionally done acts. The one who had done this had the clear knowledge of what he or she was doing. That way, the court said that it is not an exception under accident. That is what we need to understand from Emperor versus Panchu Das. That's my time on section 15, and thank you so much to you guys because you guys are doing fabulous job. You guys are sharing my videos, liking and commenting on my contents. Thank you so much for that. And with that, I'm concluding my session. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, sharing my videos. All the very best for whatsoever purpose you're referring my channel, and thanks again.